What's up guys, welcome to the Zapped E-Rides channel. Here we have a Voro Motors Roadrunner 2. This is kind of a scooter combo bike and we're gonna do a full review on it today. We're gonna test ride it, do top speed runs, see how it performs in a city environment. Let's get into it. There it is. It's a cute little guy, huh? Wow. Let's get it assembled and then we'll go through all the specs. This thing is very interesting. It has these folding bars, and so you open up this mechanism here and you can fold them in and then you lock it away. Look how cool that is. Popped right there, boom. Check that out. And then you latch that, you're good to go. I just gotta tighten up this here. We're gonna check every other bolt on the bike because we don't want this thing falling apart while we're doing its top speed of 35 miles an hour. All right guys, it is time to go over the specs of the Roadrunner 2. So this bike comes in at $1,395, which I think is quite competitive for what you're getting. We do have dual motors front and back that have a combined power output of 850 watts or over 1,700 watts peak power. We have a 48 volt, 26 amp hour battery, and Voro Motors quotes the range at over 50 miles. Now, I'm not sure I quite believe that. Usually we cut all the range numbers that companies give us in half, and that's a much more realistic range. However, we haven't done a real range test, so we don't know for sure. The quoted top speed of the bike is 35 miles an hour. Another very interesting spec that I was excited to see is the weight limit on this bike. It is 330 pounds, even though it is quite small. So if you're a larger guy, you can still ride this bike. Let's check out all the different menu options and modes that we have on here. Okay, so when you want to fire the bike up, you're going to hold the power button, and we have our battery, our miles per hour, our mode, our trip meter. If you want to change your mode, you're going to toggle the M button. You've got mode 1, 2, and 3. And if we move over to the throttle side, here's our throttle. The bike's live, so it's actually driving. We have our rocket turbo mode and our eco mode. I haven't messed around with eco because I don't like to ride slow, but I did do the turbo button, and that's how I will always be riding it. Mode 3, turbo button, rocket. Here we have our blinkers, which you can flash on the back here. If we show that, those are hazards if you click them both, or you can do them individually. We also have a horn, which is kind of cool sounding. And then we have our headlight, which you can toggle on and off down here below. So this bike is going to be nice and easy to commute with because it's small, and as you guys saw when we put it together, those handlebars do fold, which is really unique. This bike really is a good cross between a scooter and a bike, and I think it's nice that you can sit down on this comfortable seat but still have hub motors that make it really smooth and quiet when you are operating it. All right guys, it is time for our top speed test. We've got our GPS here and we got a full charge on the bike. Here we go. I'm in the fastest mode. I'm in mode 3 with the rocket turbo button pushed. Here we go. We're at 18, 19, 20 miles an hour. Come on. I weigh 190 pounds, making myself a little more aerodynamic. 30 miles an hour. Come on. Can we get any faster? Oh, that bump was scary. 35, 34. All right, I'm calling it. 35 miles an hour on the display. Let's see what our GPS says. All right, how did we do on the top speed test? We hit 34 miles an hour even on the GPS. That's not too bad. That correlates really, really well with the stock speedometer, so I like that. Nice job, Roadrunner 2. All right, guys, we are taking off on the Roadrunner 2, giving it a real proper road test. Right now, we're starting straight up this hill. We're going about 17 miles an hour, and I can tell it's struggling a little bit. I am going full throttle in the most powerful mode, but we are climbing pretty dang fast. We'll get to a flat road up here in just a minute. Hit our flat road. As we tested before, the top speed is not bad on this bike, and you can get going pretty dang quick if you're on flat. Once you get to a good steep hill, then it really does start to slow down quite a bit. But I'm doing 30 miles an hour on here, so I'm doing faster than the speed limit. So this little bike does get up and go. It obviously is not near as powerful or as fast as a lot of the other more e-moto style bikes that we ride, but this bike is just in a whole different class. It's so small and lightweight and comfortable and quiet in a whole different way. So that makes it really fun and unique to ride. And even though I have much faster bikes, this one is absolutely a joy to get out on. And I think if you were in a city, this thing would be a blast because it's so small and light. It has front suspension. It can eat up the bumps. The rear seat is nice and soft as well. Other cool things you can do with this bike is kind of take it anywhere because it's so quiet. It doesn't even have a chain or anything, so it just is. It's perfect for just getting around wherever you want. Now, this really isn't the fastest bike, but it's fast enough, you know, to get done what you need to get done, to go where you want it to go. Like, this is floored, so it takes me a minute to get up to speed, but we can dive onto the grass, do some ripping. It's kind of fun because it's got the front wheel drive. It's a fun little bike because you can just take it anywhere. That's what I'm saying. And it's so quiet that you're not bothering anybody. Okay, so we are on a very steep hill, and this is all I got. I am full throttle in mode 3 and the rocket, and if I put my feet down, give it some go. Come on, let's go. That's all I got. Okay, it's starting to level out here. Come on, baby. We still got 3 bars of battery. We should have plenty of power to make it up that hill. They said you could go up to a 17-degree slope, which I don't think that was. Maybe I'm too heavy for this thing, even though, but I only weigh 190 and the weight limit's 330. So what's with that? This thing's really nimble. Kind of fun to just cruise around on because it's silent. It's so quiet. I'll tell you guys what, you could really do some sneaking around at night on one of these things. Now, I'm not condoning that, but you really could. I was just cruising at like 20 miles an hour and it's just dead quiet. I mean, you can hear the Surons and Talarias coming because they have a chain, and you can hear the motor. These hub motors are so quiet. I know it's like one of the biggest points we keep talking about in this video, but it's just dead quiet. Okay, I'm trying to go up this hill, but I just don't have the juice. I think this bike just doesn't have the low-end torque for off-roading. Now we're going. As soon as it starts to level out flat, it really starts to pick up a lot. Oh, let's go down this trail. Ripping the sea. Ooh. Oh, it's muddy. It's muddy. Okay, guys, the truth is here, I'm wearing my nice pants, and this trail's muddy, so I don't want to ruin it, you know. Definitely not trying to make this bike feel like a pity party because it can't go up steep hills, because it really is a super fun bike to cruise around on the street. It just doesn't like steep hills. So as long as you know that, you're aware of that, and if you're not in a really hilly environment, you're gonna really enjoy this bike and you're gonna have a lot of fun riding it. All right, guys, it is about time to wrap up this video. Me and Romney have been putting this Roadrunner 2 to the test, and so far, I think it is perfect for the certain type of person. I think I probably am not it, because I like to ride off-road and really, you know, put the bikes to the test on some of these steep hills. You guys saw this bike just doesn't quite perform right in the steep sections. However, it does do great on flat. It goes 35 miles an hour. You can get good range. It does accelerate pretty dang good. So I think if you're in a city environment that's not very hilly, this bike is gonna be awesome for you. Now, if you live in San Francisco, Romney used to live there. He said this bike would be terrible there.
Terrible.
It just would not work good because, I mean, I had to kick with my feet to even go up like a 10% steep hill. I don't even know if that's 10%. That's not that steep.
I mean, it was pretty bad.
It's a hill, but not that bad. So to recap, I think this bike is honestly super fun to ride. It's so smooth. It feels good. For less than half of the price of the Roadrunner Pro, you're still getting a very similar bike in the majority of ways. Now, I want you guys to get to know Romney because he is joining our channel. He's new here. So you guys already know Reed and Alex and Mark. Romney is now going to be in the majority of the videos, so welcome him to the channel. Drop a comment. You guys are going to get to know him. He's awesome. So thanks for joining us today, Romney. You guys are going to be seeing much more of him. So if you guys are interested in the Roadrunner 2, check out the link down in the video description. Huge shout out to Voro Motors for sending it out to us and letting us create this review video and ride it and test it. It's been awesome. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button if you did, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.
See ya.